Ross, good morning to you. So the economy might be improving for many, but some, the end of JobKeeper will mean the end of their job.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And the question, I think the reason why Simon Birmingham, the finance minister, is coming out and doing this today is really all about the fact that they believe right now that they understand people are going to lose jobs, particularly in hospitality, restaurants, catering. And so as a result, I suspect what they're trying to say today is, hey, have a look at how well the overall economy is going. There is recovery. And so as a result, you know, it's a situation where they're saying 88,000 jobs were created last month alone. And yet the forecasts are there could be perhaps 150,000 jobs. So 2 months worth of new job creation almost gone as a result of this. There's going to be collapses. I mean, say, for example, even in the last couple of days, George Gregan's chain of coffee shops, at one stage were 30 of those around Australia. They've collapsed. Now, in that case, the receiver, who was Ian Purchase, who I know really well, RMG Partners, he says it's because JobKeeper is coming off, is one of the reasons that that business has collapsed. There's a number of others, hotels, pubs, clubs, these types of things are really quite vulnerable now. And they're the stories you're going to see in the next few days. But there's an interesting thing about this, and that is because so many people have got jobs and have therefore come off welfare. This is what Simon Birmingham will highlight today. Number one is that the government's deficit effectively has been cut by some $23 billion. Now, this is a massive turnaround in where they thought it was going to be. So that's the first thing. The second thing, which is really important to note, is that 2.8 million people have come off welfare. So that's the other big key. Now, the reason why that's important, remember that if a person doesn't have a job, they're not paying tax. The government collects half of all its money from PAYE taxpayers. If a person, say, for example, is on welfare, they're obviously not got a job, so they're not paying tax. And so the brilliance of this right now is quite clearly the government's fortunes are being turned around by more people being in work, off welfare and paying tax to the government.
I mean, it's important to keep some perspective too. I mean, the Treasurer makes the point, 5.8% is the unemployment rate at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
The forecasts were that it will be well above 7 by this stage. So we're doing pretty well.
All right, and so then you add on to that the sloshing around of all of the money that the government has spent. And so as a result, you've now got a situation. You've got families now with more wealth than they've ever had in their lives. So some numbers that came out from the Bureau of Statistics yesterday show this. And we can show you that Australian household wealth in the past little while is up by $19,000. So the average wealth per person, get this, is $467,000. Now, you might sit there and go,
I'm trying to work that out. Yeah.
Where's my $467,000? Well, it's in
so
the
that's
value
for
of
every
your house.
person.
Yeah, that's it. And so you can see that lots of people who don't have that sort of money are going to be sitting there saying, well, where's
scratching their head,
where's my share?
Yeah, what about
But
me?
that's what's happened. So then the other side about this is that superannuation and shares, according to the Bureau of Statistics, the value of them now is above pre-pandemic levels.
Oh, that's amazing.
So the bounce back. So this is where, again, you say it's actually good news that people have got jobs. And of course, remember that unemployment rate is expected to continue to fall once you get through these JobKeeper numbers that are coming through right now.
Okay, now give us an update on what's going on with AMP, in particular his boss. The reporting was that he was going to be stepping aside last night.
I suspect that the loss of the job of the AMP chief executive, Francesco Di Ferrari, is not as a result of JobKeeper. I don't think that's the reason why he's going to lose his job.
So he's sticking his heels in.
Well, he's going to stay until they get a new chief executive, all of this sort of thing. But think about this. The company right now was under a takeover bid from a company called Aris. So here is the AMP, Australia's oldest institution, set up in 1849, 172 years old, and it's been a car crash since the Royal Commission. As I've said to you before here, I think this is a company in search of a business. I don't know quite what the AMP does. The AMP Capital is the only part of this business that really is desirable. They've sold off the life business for $3 billion. The AMP Capital's former boss, Bo Pahari, was given the job despite a 2018 settlement of a sexual harassment case. That led to the departure of its chairman, David Murray. He obviously got the job after the Royal Commission when the chief executive, Craig Mellor, lost his job, and that's when Francesco Di Ferrari came in. As I say, it's just one disaster after another. They rack up. The share price in 2018 was $5.20. It is today $1.34.
Yeah, amazing. So should people be worried if they've got their money parked in AMP Super?
No, because it's being managed well by AMP Capital, the valuable part of that business.
Right, okay.
But the problem is, what's the business? The financial planners have all gone. They're in big trouble. So, as I say, It's just, as I say, a business that really doesn't have any real future and operation.
Vote without a sale.
Yeah, and Australia's oldest institution. It was once as powerful in this country as the banks.
Okay, Ross Greenwood, appreciate that. Thanks, Ross. Talk to you soon.